Okay, let's get going. Still going with V4. Go command. No. Alright guys, just a second. I don't want to get flagged. Wow, he resigned. Oh, that's nice of him. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin and thanks for joining the stream. So I played in the Abu Dhabi blitz tournament that was held a couple of days ago, and it was crazy strong. I think I was like seeded 450 out of 1,200 players, I think. Yeah, at some point I couldn't I was just scrolling to look for my name and I couldn't find my name. You know, that was how insane the field was. And I guess the real reason is that many players, even though, you know, they are not GMs, but they are very, very good players on the internet. So many IMs and FMs actually did quite well in the tournament. So later I'll be just going through some of my games and including one against a top 5 player, a world top 5 player, not the, you know, not chess.com's first top 5 players. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. Like, winning that game made me so pleased that I couldn't sleep the entire night. Yeah, so let's just play a few games first to get into the groove. Yeah, the tournament that I was talking about had like, there was Caruana, there was Maxim, Grishchuk, Nepomniachtchi, Hikaru, and Drakin. So all many top players were playing. And in the end, it was Artemiev who won the event. Yeah, this line of the French is a little bit dry and not particularly interesting, but there are still some ways to get an interesting game, I think. So it's going b4, bishop b2. So both sides complete their development, and while black is not in any particular issue, so it's the same for white because he also got his pieces out to knight squares. Okay, so a5, I want to use the c5 square eventually. So maybe c5 could be interesting. Yeah, or this. No, he has to maintain control over the c5 square to keep some kind of positional balance. Yeah, so my idea is to go knight to h5. I don't think there are any sacrifices on h7. I'll take it. Queen h5. So yeah. Yeah, so this is not something that white generally wants, weakening the light squares in this way. Not very sure how to continue this position. Let's just make a nice move and see what happens. He's never going to play a move like, okay, yeah, I was a bit too hasty. Yeah, because now giving away the light square bishop was never in my intention, because obviously keeping the light square bishops will keep more threats down the long diagonal along the, especially on the h1 a8 diagonal. Yeah, I'll review that in a minute. Um, just, to keep things a little bit more mysterious. Yeah, c6. And my position becomes very unpleasant. No, c6 is not playable. I can just take on c3. So it looks like I won a pawn. Yeah, so that was in round 2. I got paired up, and obviously I was not expecting too much from the game. But it was one of the few occasions where I got the opening spot on, and the stronger player kind of had an off day. After losing to me, he went on to score something like 2 out of 6, and then he withdrew from the event. Yeah, this is a very bad blunder. So now I'm completely lost. Yeah, just hopelessly lost, I think. Now bishop d7, rook d7, queen c5, and I am in deep trouble. Yeah, this is bad news for me, obviously. Yeah, I have to try to flag him somehow. Now knight c5, yeah, it's not clever at all. I will try to flag him. Queen d5, king h8. Threatening rook e3. I don't think it's going to fall for it. Yeah, opponent is playing well. Now bishop d4. Yeah, some problems. Yeah, he's playing well. Queen g6 mate. Oh man. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more of this blitz events online, and the fact that they're giving away some decent prizes makes it just a bit more attractive. And there were some players who are not GMs, but they finished quite highly in the overall rankings. And of course, there's always going to be like skeptics who think that these guys are cheaters and things like that, but I don't think that is the case. Bishop e4, knight to d2. Yeah, I was kind of hoping he would do this and that I can trap his bishop somehow. Eventually with something like g4. He's going to play g5, I guess. So let's go knight d2. I'm going to play g4. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for this because now bishop d6 and knight to f5 and bishop d3, and that the pawn is weak. So queen f4, I go queen c2. And then maybe something like this. I probably should have taken on e8 first so that my queen can get to the c2 square. Let's go knight b3, maybe here. Yeah, this is a good move. Getting rid of the pass f pawn. And positionally, I want to go h4, but you might just invite counterplay. Yeah, I thought I was just better, but maybe not. Maybe not that much. Okay, I don't know. I just going to take and play rook to e1. Whoever you are, thanks for following. Yeah, so let's go here. He's going bishop d6, queen f4 at some point, I guess. Which makes a lot of sense. There's no mate because the queen on f6 covers all the dark squares. But I want to keep his queen on f6. Threatening to take the pawn as well. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure what I'm missing. I'm just going to take. Yeah, so now I want to go queen h7 and. Okay. So this is his idea. But what if I just defend? The knight on b3 needs to get back into the action. Probably this way. And knight to f4. So I want to target these weak pawns. A bit like the game against the top 5 player. I didn't really want to mention his name in the Twitch in the description to the stream because like obviously it's a big deal to me, but at the same time I might be seen to be embarrassing the guy. I'm just told that yeah, my face is disappearing every time I lean forward, so if something stupid like this happen, just let me know, yeah? Yeah, this position is very nice for me. I just need to not mess up. I'm threatening queen d5 and stuff. Now knight h5 comes into consideration. Let's go to f3, threatening queen f7. Yeah, now I take this one, and if check, I go rook f1 and no. No. Oh man. Okay, this. So queen c1, rook f1, bishop h2. Oh man. Oh wait, I have bishop h5. Wow. Okay. So somehow I'm still surviving. But I'm living very, very dangerous at this point. Rook f7 is... I'm not sure whether I want that. Yeah, but this was completely unnecessary. Let's go here. Wow. Okay, I thought this game I should have won. Never mind. Life goes on. So at some point, normally they don't allow d4 like this, but I guess it's not such a big deal. Yeah, that was a bit upsetting. So maybe bishop e6, f4, and queen d7. Yeah, forcing him to play either h4 or g4 is quite an achievement. Why not take his pawns to get draw? Yeah, but the A pawn was a bit too far for me, and I was too slow. It's been a while since. I mean, I used to be really fast, maybe 10 years ago, and as time goes by, I mean, I don't know how Hikaru does it, but he's. Yeah, I took with the wrong piece. I should have taken with one of the pieces, because now. Okay, it's still okay for me, I guess. Like, I go knight to d5. If ever he goes f4, I'll take, and something. I'll put a piece on e5. So this weakening move with h3 to h4 is definitely good news for me. Yeah, I'll take this one. I don't think it's that big a deal. Because his pawns are weak as well. So I'm doing alright here, I think. Quite a decent position. Knight to g5. Let's stop knight g5. Okay, now he wants to come to e5 at some point. Yeah, this one. Yeah, the knight on d5 is nice. D5 is a nice square for the piece, but he also has a nice square on e5. Let's go after this one, covering e5 as well. Okay, I see. I mean, I may be dropping h6. Maybe that's the point. That I'm dropping. Like he has queen h5. I think at some point. If I take, he go queen h5. So let's go f4. Let's bring a piece to e3. He cannot allow knight e3. Surely he has to take my knight. I don't mind losing this pawn if I get some attacking chances. But yeah, he cannot be allowing knight e3, I'm sure. What I do know is I have to play a lot faster, because when it comes down to the final few seconds, I'm a far worse player than my opponent. Yeah, which pawn to take with? Maybe this one. I'll take with this one. So now I'm threatening rook f5. I can cop out with bishop c4 and queen e5. It's not something I really want to do, to be honest. But I don't quite see anything else. Queen g6 is... Ah, okay, so that's the point. He's going queen g6 eventually. Yeah, I'm in some trouble again. I'm not sure what to do. Too slow, man. Yeah, now I'm way behind on time. Yeah, getting in f3 was really important. So rook g7 I guess is false. I can take this one, followed by promote. Ah, come on. Someone's lagging, I don't know who. Yeah, I have no idea how this happened because I was way up on time and then suddenly yeah, the final position was a draw, like there's a perpetual at the end. Yeah, this is really annoying because I think I probably should have won the last two games and I could have lost both. Okay, now he's trolling me, I guess. Queen takes d5. c4. He was hoping that I'll pre-move bishop d3 and then he takes a pawn, so... Okay, they do this sort of thing on the internet all the time. Go rook fd1, rook ac1, and try to push one of these pawns in the center. Yeah, so I'll just play a few blitz. I want to play some chess, and then later I'll talk a bit about the games and I'll even show it. Yeah, the feel of that blitz tournament was insane, and even though I was not doing great, at some point I was paired with like somebody like Jeffrey Xiong when I was just on +1 or something. So that was how insane the feel was. I should shift my focus to another file, I guess, because the C file is clearly all blocked up. Maybe this. Yeah, this game I'm not playing great. I'm not doing so well in this game. Yeah, I need to do something artificial here to keep it together. Stopping. I have to stop knight to d3. This looks extremely artificial, so I'm not I'm not surprised if this is just much worse for me. I would probably take an a5 from him. Yeah, I don't really have too many good moves here. Maybe rook f1. g3. Creating all these holes in my king side was not part of the plan. Oh, yeah, this definitely was not what I want. Yeah, if he gives me a move, I go rook f4, rook f5, and try to pretend that I have something, but there's really nothing here. This is bad, but I think there are some small practical chances, I guess. I will go knight to f3 if I'm him. Okay, let's maybe go here, and if the knight goes somewhere, I go rook g4. And now rook f1. This is really, I'm just trying to bluff my way through. I can take this one. I think the key to this position is just to play fast. It's confusing enough, I think. Okay, I bluffed him. Now the game is wide open, I think. Yeah, this is not good. My queen is stuck. Oh man. Yeah, suddenly the a pawn just runs. Yeah, I don't even have any threats here. Yeah, h6 and it's lost, yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'll look for someone else. This guy is really annoying me. Yeah, for some reason this is not showing up on the I'm not showing up on the front page, and I'm not sure why. Okay, now I am. Just as I said it. So I think I saw, yeah, Paco Vallejo is streaming, but he's doing it in Spanish. Let's go c5. I need to get a new mouse or a new mouse pad. I don't know, I'm using Razer. So I'm not sure why I'm so slow, or it could just be my problem. Probably it is. I think here I'm supposed to take with the pawn. Kind of strange, but the point is you don't give away so many tempo with like knight to h5 and he goes g4 and f4, so significant gain of time arising from that. And take b6, f4, takes, knight d7. A terrible pawn structure. Yeah, f4 is definitely playable here. But I guess the natural move is to go knight b3, and I'll go bishop a6. I'll try to get some counterplay. As I understand, this position is supposed to be okay for me. Yeah, if you're just joining me and you see that the top left corner shows the progress of our charity drive. So it's been about a week since I've announced the launch of the charity, and we have done okay, 26k in about 6 days. Hello Passpon, how are you, man? Yeah, I think I'm losing material. f4 e5 just wins material. So that's some charity work that I'm doing over the board. Or maybe I can take and then rook to d8. So I kind of I was kind of let off like that. And maybe that's why my opponent was thinking for so long. Yeah, my pieces are very active. Nice. c4, knight to d3. I want to target the b2 pawn, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's why he goes knight f2 to stop knight to d3. I'll do this one. A bit afraid of bishop f1. Okay, there's always b5 if I have to. Yeah, I'm guessing his moves. It's not bad. Yeah, b5 he's going knight to c5. I think that's the plan. Okay, let me do this one. Maybe. Okay, he's stopping knight to d6. Let's just go here. My deepest respects. Thanks, man. Really appreciate the nice comments. Thanks, Psychodaki. Knight takes d2. Takes knight to f3. I can go b5 as well. Let's go b5. So can I go c3, c2? I think so. Yeah, I think this is winning. c3. Now the point is the bishop is... Okay, he's going bishop c4. So let's go here. Bishop c4, king f8. Yeah, okay, I go king f8. Avoid all these nasty checks on c4. Not easy to win this. Given that his pieces are quite... Okay, but this is definitely... Yeah, this should be winning for me now. Now I change more pieces. I could have played rook a3 and take the pawn, so that was not very clever. Knight f2, rook a2. Yeah. No, this is winning. Here. Okay. Ridiculous? Yeah, ridiculous play. Time cheating. I don't even know what's that supposed to mean. I have no idea what time cheating means. Check this. Sorry for eating while playing. Wow. Wow, that's that's very strong wasabi. I think bishop e7 is a little bit inaccurate. I think you have to... Normally they go knight c6 first. Because it's more important to get the play going on quickly at the queen side. Yeah, this is interesting, but it feels like... Okay, he has to play bishop a6, I think. Okay, now I go bishop b3, and if he goes bishop a6, I go bishop b1, and I'm not concerned with my king. Maybe I should be, but I'm going h4, knight to g5, and checkmate. Okay, he wants to be passive with knight f8, I guess. But normally that's not what you really want to do. Yeah, this is a nice position. Yeah, the game is over because there's no... Ah, okay, he could have taken... Yeah, I didn't see queen takes, bishop takes g5. But still, this is very pleasant for me. I mean, I will argue that queen takes g5 is winning. Or is it? No, it will be a shame to change queens at this point. I want to go rook to h5, queen to g3. Knight c6, bishop e3. Yeah. So the next move is rook h5, attacking the queen. But I have to be careful here. Like allowing queen b4 would be not very clever. Queen g3 next. I want to go after this, knight h5. So queen g3, knight takes d4 was the idea, I guess. Maybe this one. This knight takes d4. So knight takes d4 is a recurring theme. I'm not sure. I thought my position was was excellent, but okay. So now knight takes d4. I have queen g4. He's not threatening anything in particular, so I'm not that afraid. I think knight f6. Let's go knight f6. Knight takes g7 probably wins as well. Or bishop h6, like all sorts of sacrifices on dark squares. Which is why they generally try to keep the bishop for as long as they can. The dark square bishop on e7. It's a really important piece that defends the entire kingside structure. So king h8, bishop takes h6, I think wins. Or it should win. I'm actually threatening to... Yeah, okay, I kind of missed this, to be completely honest. Okay, let's give a check first. Yeah, there's going to be mate, like bishop h7 is mate. Yeah. No, it's not just me. I have a team of volunteers helping me out to raise all that money for charity. I mean, the nice thing is that when I started this, there was no one who said anything like this is an insane goal or... Yeah, this is kind of a favorite line of mine. Yeah, nobody ever said that the target of 100k is crazy, or you are crazy, I'm not going to do this with you. But instead I had more and more people joining me for the cause, and even some of our best young players have stepped up, so that was quite gratifying. I mean, I'll be completely honest and say that 100k is really unrealistic, given that the economy is really bad. The people are losing money on the stock market. So expecting people to come up with money for charity is not trivial at all. And I can completely understand why. Okay, what have I done? Why did I do this? Like I should have played bishop g7, of course. Yeah, this was really, yeah, not clever, not clever. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like I was writing to a minister to ask him for help pertaining to this charity, and I told my team that I had a typo. Like I meant 10k and I wrote 100k. They didn't find the joke very funny. I wish I could play bishop g7, but I couldn't. Let's go here. I'm just a pawn down. The bishop pair is a fair compensating factor, but I would ideally like not to be a pawn down at this point. Really? Draw? Seriously? Come on, man. Yeah, pawn up. Let's go g4. No draw. So, I mean, I'll appreciate it if any of you would, donate to the stream, and every single dollar that I make on the channel will go to the charity as well. So I have also donated, I've given $1,000. So definitely it is not okay, what do I do here? Let me go here. Knight to g5, bishop e7. Check this once a draw. No, he was giving a lot of checks, like queen h8 and then going back and forth. So he does, he was living up to it. Okay, now I may have tricked him somehow. Queen h8, I go king d7 attacking the queen. And now this is hanging. This is hanging. It feels like, yeah, I can take the knight. Oh, oh no. Oh, but wait, I can go queen b5. I can go queen b5. And now I take. And then go something like bishop e7. If it takes the bishop, I can recapture. Let's go here. Okay, now I'm winning. I just need to play safely on time. Rook e8. Oh no. Okay, that was good. He forgot about knight takes e6. My queen was hanging. I would have given back the piece. Take this one. Looks quite safe to me now. Queen check and queen d6. And then I'll start charging the pawn down. How do I charge the pawn down? Okay, he resigns. The noise is different than on chess.com. What do you mean that's in? Do you mean this literally? Like, is there a lot of noise on the stream? Ah, I see. Okay, misunderstood that. Genny Domali is a hilarious name, man. Are you trolling the guy? Yeah, Queen E1 is a little quirky move that has been played quite recently these days. And the point is this F3 move. Yeah, this was like somebody played this against me and I kept losing against it. And it's supposed to be bad. But honestly, I checked this a little bit the other day, but I really forgot everything. Go here. So the important thing is that you do not go for the pawns. I'll explain a little bit like what I mean. Yeah, but this position should be quite pleasant for me. He should have gone long castle and tried to attack me on the king side. What do you miss? You miss all my you miss all my streams then. Okay, this is a blunder because now knight g6. Yup. Oh. This was completely like I don't know how you call it, self-trapped, self-induced. I think that's a good way of putting it. Where are my nuts? Yeah, suicide is also a decent way of putting it across. Can go rook h1, knight to g6, king f3, and it goes knight e7. Okay, let's try this. I mean, it's not quite suicide yet. Like, Blundering a queen would be a suicide, but this is not all that dramatic yet. It may be very well be lost in a few more moves if I'm not careful. I'm still fighting. I think this position is still not easy at all for him because of his weak pawns on f5 and g5. And the fact that now my knight is going to annoy him a fair bit. I will play rook g1, forcing f6, and then I go rook h1. Yep, like this. And this. I hope my knight doesn't get trapped. It's very close to being trapped, actually. Let's go rook e1. Let's hope for rook e8. Okay. No way. Yeah, I think I messed it up. Like I shouldn't have allowed. Yeah, now allowing rook to e7 was not clever, especially. Okay, but what's this? Do I get rook? Okay. I get rook f6 and I take the pawns. And then I take g5 as well. Yeah, this has turned around completely. Now I'm winning. I take this one. And then I go king f2. Knight check. Let's just go king f2 and then take on d5. Okay, I'll take another pawn. And now rook h5 is mate. Okay, now that's suicide. That was not supposed to happen when I was a pawn down and struggling. But I don't want to be cocky. Like it's very easy to get on the losing streak before you know it. Let's go c5. Supposed to do here queen f5 check, I think. So now I think they go knight fd2. Yeah. This is actually quite an interesting little setup. It was recommended by I think this German international master Christoph Selecki in his book or in his Chessable course. And as I understand, it is actually very dangerous if you are not aware of the theory. And that's the point. I think there is not much theory in this particular setup with knight on b3 and c3, just binding the black's position. Yeah, I can go. Let me just try to activate some pieces. Maybe knight to c4. I go bishop b7. Bishop e6. I hope to get a knight to d5 eventually. Feels like I'm doing okay because the knight is quite decently placed on a5, but at the same time it helps me a lot that I don't have to protect my weak pawn on a6, and despite the slightly inferior pawn structure, my pieces are quite active. Maybe queen c5. I really want to put a piece on d5, but not easy at all. Maybe d5, maybe at some point e5. Yeah, you can check me out on my Facebook if you want to know more about the charity and stuff. Basically, it's just word of mouth, and I hold many events over the weekend to get people interested. So if you search for me on my Facebook, just search Kevin Go Gaming, I think, and you'll find a fair bit of details and a hell lot of events that have taken place. In fact, we are playing a match against Kazakhstan very soon, so that's something that I'm really very excited about. A 20 board versus 20 board match with the top young players of Kazakhstan. So that's going to be something very, very interesting. I really look forward to it. Okay, here I kind of got what I wanted, but you know what they say about, you be careful, you have to be careful what you wish for. It seems like the series of exchanges helped him more than myself. Yeah, coming back to the point about charity, I think I have never been really I've never been that much of a compassionate guy, so I haven't been doing so much charity work. As in pure charity work. Of course, everybody has donated some money in some form over the years, but this is my first time being so heavily involved in getting people to contribute. And then when you read stories about, yeah, Singapore has kind of a reputation of being a good country to live in, a very sound economy with good governance. But after talking to some people, I realized that there are very poor people living in Singapore, and COVID-19 just made matters worse for these people. The Rook C5 is a very nice move, which I missed. So we want to help people that, okay, now Rook takes E5, that was dumb. We want to help those that, people who have lost their jobs, who are already on a very low income, and are really struggling to get by day by day. And there are a lot of these families, surprisingly, which I didn't know from my ivory tower. Okay, now I have to play fast. I'm way behind on time. I'm what, 2 points down or what? Okay, now it's equal. He's going to try to flag me. No way he will agree to a draw. Okay, that was dumb. He's pre-moving. Yeah, I'm way too slow. So to those of you who are watching this, if you have like $5 to spare, whatever, any amount that you donate to this channel will go. Obviously, I will collate the numbers and then send the money across. But every single dollar will be donated. That's for sure. And I'm able to do this because I'm not doing this by profession. So I'm only doing this at night and after work. Yeah, Queen B4 is kind of a new move. So normally they go Queen to D3. Now I think we go Bishop E3. Yeah, so I work as the head of finance of of a biomedical technology company. And partially because we are kind of focused on cancer, but because of COVID-19, we are sort of trying to help with things like COVID-19 tests. But being pure like primarily a finance person, there's not much I can do from an operational point of view. So I thought, okay, since I can't contribute that way, I might as well do some other form of find another form of to contribute. Can YD? Sorry, what do you mean by YD? The term is new to me. Yeah, this situation is not ideal at all. I would have liked to go knight to d4, but it's not quite playable. Now maybe bishop b4 attacking this pawn. My pieces are really awkwardly placed. So I've managed the opening phase quite badly, I think. My opponent is doing very well. At some point I want to go c4 maybe. But then, do I really want to help him get rid of his weaknesses? I'm not sure. But why my opponent allowed this is beyond me. I look like Wang Hao. I'm not sure if I should take that as a compliment. Wang Hao is a friend of mine. Obviously, we have known each other for a while. I wish I can play as well as him. Rook c5, I'm going rook to d1 and then doing something funky with my bishops. Rook c8, rook d2. So I kind of get there first. Yeah, he saw it. But I have bishop b6, I think. So I win the pawn after a lot of hard work trying to get rid of like his rooks. Why am I so slow? Threatening bishop d8. I'm not sure if he sees it. Yeah, sadly speaking, I think the position is lost because his pawns are so much faster than mine. I need my pawn to be on a6. Yeah, he played really well, I think. I'm sure I was winning, but yeah, rook g1. Ah. Yeah, this is annoying. No, I'm definitely winning at some point. Like This position is completely winning. I should have just gone bishop c7, I guess. Just bishop c7. And this has to be winning. Rook h2. No, bishop c7 is winning. I just take on b7. Yeah, but you make a fair point. I think rook h1 is also quite reasonable. Just stopping any form of counterplay. But okay. Yeah, I thought this was quite a difficult game, but okay, it's unfortunate. Yeah, this is my pet line against the Trompowsky. It's not entirely sound, but it's good for blitz. Because White doesn't get the kind of game that he's used to. And he will spend like 30 seconds thinking why is h7 hanging? Can he take it? Actually, he can, but I get a few moves in return to complete my development. Let's go bishop e6. I think this is quite nice for me. Wow. Wow, I'm never eating this again. He's still not taking on h7. I'm wondering why. Okay, that's it. I'm not giving it to him. Knight to d4 and to f5 is kind of a concern now. Yeah, this is the drawback of this line, the weakening of the f5 square. I'm not saying I'm in trouble, but it is a lot more difficult to get an interesting game. Yeah, this makes it even less fun than it already is. Have I read The Emperor of All? No, I haven't read this book. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks for recommending. I'll even write it down. I'm not even trained in biology, so I didn't really study that in school. I don't know why I played king f8. Bishop g7 would be more sensible. I don't really want to change pieces, but the guy is just... Wow. No draw. I mean, I genuinely have some play here. I can go b5, a5, and so on. So I'm not trying to flag the guy. And even if I am, I'm not going to say I am. Scoop should d5. Now f5. Yeah, obviously the position is nothing and it should still be a draw. But I am getting somewhere. Yeah, something to play for. Let's go here. Knight b4. Yeah, all his knight movements were confusing me. Oh, c4. Oh no. King d4, bishop check. Maybe it's time to hunker down and agree to a draw. Yes. Okay, so I ended up flagging him. Quite a number of streamers around at this time. Split Sicilian. c6. I think this looks very similar to the... Yeah, this looks like the game that was played in the match between Caruana and Carlsen. But I don't really know the theory very well. Maybe this? Queen a5? I don't know. I'm getting caught by the theory here. Yeah, knight a3 is so unpleasant now because a6 knight to c4 is the trap. Yeah, knight a3 will be good move. Will be a very good move now. No, I didn't beat Yan. I didn't manage to play him. I would have liked to. At some point, I had good chances to play against many of these good players. So because I was on 2 out of 2, and then I lost to Tabatabai, which I should have drawn, and then things went downhill. Yeah, so I beat Maxim. He really played way below his level in the games, but obviously I don't care so much. I could was of course very pleased with the game. It's not every day that you get to play against a top 5 player, let alone win. Yeah, my opponent is doing very well. Like he's getting everything that he wants to get in the Rosolimo basically. And the reason is just like bad opening preparation. I need to do something drastic here, and I will. Okay, I'm losing B7, but I don't care so much. I'm just giving it to him. FOC. So maybe later I'll show the game and even analyze it if there are enough interested people. G5. Yep, I'm going knight G6, maybe. Yeah. Okay, if I go bishop H5, he's going G4. So let's go back here, and then I want to play this. I could have taken on F3 and changed queens, but that would be suicide. Squishy? I'm not so good at like with these arrows and squares. I know Eric Rosen could like, he's very fast with these things. And then I asked him how he's doing it, and he just says with years of practice. So he does nothing in the morning except trying to click squares as quickly as he can. Queen G3, that would be nice. Yeah, now the attack is looking very, very serious. Okay, how do I carry on? Queen here. I want to go G3 at some point. Maybe this. And then here. Ah, the sacrifices are not working. I don't care if it doesn't work, I'm just taking. And then hoping that somehow things work out. No, it's not working out. Queen F2. No. No, 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 no. Yeah, there's Queen F2. I was a little bit silly with this, like, there was no need for that. Okay, Rook G6, King H7. Knight takes E5. Got flagged. Okay, to be honest, I deserve to lose this game anyway. Yeah, I think I had some chances for an attack. But I've got to say he defended very, very well. Beaten by an untitled person. Maybe these guys, they don't declare their titles. It's quite possible. Yeah, wow, Queen H6 is just winning. And just king g7, rook h8, and it's mate. Yeah, this sacrifice on g2 was stupid. Yeah, queen h6 would have been nice. Like, I came out with an attack from nowhere. It's quite nice, I think. Okay, so I could have taken with the bishop, and after queen e3, I go knight e2 and bishop h6, trapping the queen. And, that would have been the way to win. Very, very unfortunate. Okay, I'm playing the same guy. Let's play d4. Let's play London. Knight c3. d5 e3. So this particular system with h4 can be quite tricky. I've won every single classical game with this line. I think it's a recommendation of Simon Williams, and it's no longer new. It's been played many times by even at the top level. But I think people sort of figured out what to do against it. So it is not that mind-blowing anymore. So this is what they generally do. They put the knight on b5, and then they support it with a4, and play against the a6 knight. It cannot go back to c7, so it's kind of stuck. And in turn, it cannot play a7, a6, because the knight is in the way. Thank you for your congratulations. Okay, so now I get the bishop pair, and there are two ideas here. I can go queen to a4, or I can go berserk on the king side. I know which option like the viewers want. Yeah, I'm tempted to go h5, g5, bishop takes, and then go h6, h7. I think just this. When did I become a GM? 1st April officially. So that's just a couple of weeks ago. Now I think h5 is good. If g5, I'll take this one. Thanks, man. Yeah. It's been a while since I made my first GM norm. So that was in 2011. So about 9 years. This is surprising. Like, I'm looking at all sorts of sacrifices now. Bishop h6 and bishop f7 looks very convincing. Or just this one. This is the the boring option, like no sacrifices or anything like that, but it is probably the most efficient way of getting the win. So check, followed by knight g6. Yeah, I get a measure of revenge for the earlier game. Let's go the French. I think I made all 3 GM norms with the French as my main weapon, and in all 3 tournaments I won important games with the French. So is this guy DC or what, or am I DC? Or his pizza is here? This is the old line that I think was played in the days of Aaron Nimzowicz. One of the first few lines against the French that I'm taught against. Yeah, honestly I don't remember anything now. Queen c7, Queen g3. I don't know, let's go Queen c7. F5 maybe. I don't know, it's not very clear to me what I should be doing. Let's play this, and if bishop g3, I will go h5. I'll go h5 anyway. And then h4. Should I play h4 here? I can just take an f6. Yeah, try to catch up on time. And then I'll take on e5 and put my bishop on d6, and I think I'm safe. This looks very, very risky, but I mean, I probably did not have to play h5 in that line, so there was no bishop g6 even. Yeah, let's take this one. He has no other choice than to take the pawn, after which I will take, I believe, bishop d6 and e5, and I have a fundamentally very sound position. Yeah, this is kind of hard work to get my pieces out. Okay, this is interesting, which I had not considered. Unless it's going rook to g5, which looks very artificial. Oh, it's... wow, okay. I did not see this either. Queen d6, bishop d7. And I'm happy. Bishop b5, queen e7. I'm defending this, I'm sure. Could I play e5 just now? Oops. Let's go look at it. Knight e5 looks a bit dangerous. Yeah, it is quite dangerous. I can take and go rook c7. Queen e7 is also possible. Maybe yeah, maybe I should do that just to play safe. Maybe I should just do that and get a safe position. So knight g6. So the whole point is I give back the piece and then I get the my king is safe and I get to make the next few moves quite quickly. So I'm going, yeah, for instance, rook to f4. I'll force g3 and then rook f6. I'll play bishop g4 like this, and then I'll put my bishop on f3, and I think I have some I have good practical chances. No draw. Ah. Okay, that was fun. I don't know what I was thinking, given that I've already demonstrated my complete incompetence in bullet. Okay, b6 is kind of strange. What if I go here? He's going knight b5 and then c6. Okay, that's clever. So this is like a kind of Grunfeld with the knight on a6, which I imagine should be very decent for me. I'll go queen b3 and long castle for the attack. Let's take this way. The control over the d5 square is quite critical. So let's do this and then long castle. I don't mind giving the g2 pawn at all. He's not going to take it anyway. And then I'm going h4, h5. Simon Williams style. Yeah, this is a good move, I think. So there goes my attack. Take this one. Okay, he wants to take on c3 and then put the other knight on d5. Couldn't care less though. a4? Is a4 an idea? I can just take, right? I can play knight takes a4. Oh, wow. Bishop c2, queen b2. Really? You are taking this? can take this one. And then bishop h5, g4. Is that possible? Yeah, I'm losing lots of material. Let's take this one first. I'm losing a lot of material over here. Yeah, I would like to take the knight. Yeah, it doesn't work. Or I would play it. So rook takes d1, bishop e5. I think that was what he wanted. So let's take this one. If I take this one, he takes on c4. Yeah, this position is hopeless. Like, beyond words. I should play a bit more responsibly. I don't know this. Yeah, this is hopeless. So I got overexcited for nothing. This is losing, man. I'm a rook down. But who's counting? I'm a rook and a minute down, so I don't even know what I'm playing on. Like, you could do just about anything here. He's not going to allow e7, I'm sure. So yeah, going rook f7. Let's try to bluff. You can do like so many things in this position. Rook f8 or whatever. Let's just resign. Yeah, I don't have a cough. It's because of the wasabi nuts. I could have taken the rook, but bishop takes b2 and I lose my queen. Jose Mourinho. Nice. The special one. Again? Golik, you have given me a hard time for in many games, and you're not having enough, yeah? You're having some problems here. Jose is playing well. I can't stop eating this. I'm doing okay, I guess. a good piece on e5, and there's no good way to take on a7. Knight a7, rook c5, bishop a7, I take b5. And now all these tactics are coming into play. I think it's just winning for me. If queen g3, I have rook d3. Okay, now I can go bishop a6, but I suppose his idea is to play a4. Which I missed, so not quite winning yet. Right, okay, the position looks very, very promising. Can go rook to d3. I don't know, let's play this one first. What? This is wrong on for many different reasons, but this is the easiest. I'll take on c5 and then bishop a7. Just a piece up. Yeah, the final tactic that wins the game. So he's trying to flag me with when I have 35 seconds left. That's kind of insulting. I'll try not to take this personally. Come on, man. Jose is a bit bored because there are no matches. All the soccer is cancelled and Tottenham Hotspur is in a big financial mess at the moment. So, and he even has to take a pay cut, I think, like a 10%. Go e4, c3, should be 5. I've been playing this over and over again in the... What chess website is this one? What do you mean? I mean, you've watched like for nearly 2 hours and this is Lichess. It's kind of popular these days, I think. Arguably more popular than chess.com. Okay, now I want to play bishop g5. Yes, this is what I want, and then I want to take the knight and put the knight on d5. So now this is extremely good for me, I think. Okay, I'll take this one and then queen b3, and now I get knight d5 in. I'll put a rook on d3. Here I can take on b7. Okay, he has some tricks down the b file, but I don't really think that it is too much to worry about. So let's try to change queens now. He wants to take on f2. Not really sure. Queen d5. Queen f2, I'll take on d6, I take on f6 and so on. I'll get there. The next move. Or maybe the next one. Okay, this one first. Okay, now I'm here. Finally. Yeah, and the point is, there's just nothing going on the queen side. I'm perfectly safe there. And now I pick up the c3 pawn. I have to give up my beautiful knight, but I don't have a choice now. Beauty is overrated. I'm like, what, 4 pawns up. Okay, but he doesn't want it, so all is good. Oh, okay, that was dumb, but it's mate anyway. Okay, that was a nice move win. Yeah, there's something wrong with this move. I think e5, and then this. I think a6. Have fun with your guitar, bro. And thanks for following. Yeah, this looks a little bit risky for me, but I think it is supposed to be okay. Like a move like knight to e4. Just not expecting this. Check. Knight d2, knight takes d6 would be nice. Yeah, this is quite ambitious. If I could take all the pawns, I'll be doing quite fine. I don't know, let's just keep taking the pawns and see how this goes. If I get to change queens and play f6, king f7, then maybe it's not so bad for me. So the point is I want to go f6, king f7, but there's always bishop d5 stuff. So this is a dominant piece, the bishop on d6. I need to play well here to survive this. That's for sure. I can take and play queen d3. But somehow I am really surviving this. Yeah, I was hoping for this so I can go b6. And now the bishop comes to b7 with tremendous force. And in fact, rook a6 wins. I'll take the piece, I think. I can wait one move. I can play bishop b7 and then rook a6. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. Then I should have played rook a6 just now. I should not have waited. Maybe rook a6 now? Yeah. Let's go rook a6. Nice looking move. Yeah, now I'm winning. Except for the time that I need to catch up on. Oh no, 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 no. Rook here, a5, rook here, a6. Oh no, 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 I'm lost. No, I'm not. Come on. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have lost this. Like, I deserve definitely to win this one. Yeah, that was so upsetting. House Sierra, like, very familiar name. Back from my playchess.com days, I think. If that's you, then you're watching this, just let me know if this is the right guy. There are many people streaming today. Am I GM? Yes, I am. If you're watching from Lichess, you could tell there's a hander there, and you can't fake these things. I'm not quite sure what my opponent is doing. But I'm grateful for the. I'm. Yeah, he's mad at me and he left. Okay, now I'm playing a strong player. He's a GM. I'm getting a lot of this G6 stuff in the exchange Karokan. So maybe he's going to play that. Okay, he's not. Yeah, as I understand, this is a very important position in the entire uh, exchange Karokan setup. So at some moment you want to regroup your pieces to the king side. Okay, let's go for it. And queen to e2. I probably should have gone rook e3 first. Yeah, which makes queen e2 kind of awkward now, doing all this. He will go knight f8, and then I go knight e5. It's not much for me, but wow, that's crazy. Wow, queen c5. Wow, that's insane. Like he expected d takes e5. Who is this GM? Let's check him out. Oh, he's Curious Tupac. Okay. Yep. I remember you, man. I haven't spoken with you for a while. Yeah, happy that to rediscover you. Alexi LV. I played this guy a few times. I think I've lost to him before. Warning. Okay, let's give the guy a chance. Do you go around trolling every streamer? I think this guy is just wasting my time. I think yeah, he's just wasting my time. So let's not bother with the guy. I'll block the guy if he does it again. I wouldn't say it's lunchtime here, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, really going at it in the chat. Like, I have no idea what you're saying. T Ducky 123. I'm just a bit hungry, that's all. Yeah, so I played this line many times already on the stream, so it should not come as a surprise. If you have followed my channel for a while. So this line has occurred many times in my games. Yeah, you are totally having fun, I know. Queen to b6. Some like g4 stuff. White has good compensation, that's for sure. So queen d7, bishop f5 is annoying. Yeah, kind of regretted taking the pawn because it gives him a very easy play. Queen b6. If it goes rook b1, maybe knight to g4 is a move. The only resemblance to Bovinic would be that I play the French. That would be the. I mean, I would love to be compared to Mikhail Bovinic, but I'm afraid that is really calling it a stretch. I think I made a mistake here because now he can take on f6 a few times and okay, he's in the sacrificial mode. He's giving h2 and f2 for that matter. Let's go here. He can play g3. I missed this. Yeah, this is a terrible position now. Look at this bishop on b2 because of my stupidity. If I just left the pawn on c3, I wouldn't be suffering like this now. Now this position, yeah, it's just hopeless. Yeah, I just got completely smashed. Yeah, 21 moves I get mated. Not very grandmasterly. This is an interesting way to play against the London. I think Sam Shankland or somebody recommended it in their book. Yeah, I know, right? Like every single game I play, if you play nonsense, you get marked off. But honestly I don't really care. Some c4 maybe. Knight to e5. Not sure, not sure. Yeah, rook a7 threatening 8 takes b5. Like this is supposed to be fun for white. Like Eric told me in the stream the other day that white is doing very well here. No, I think he was just trying to be creative, forcing bishop c6 in this manner. Maybe I'll take on d5 at some point. But this doesn't look very inspiring. I've got to say quite boring actually. I'm falling asleep watching myself play. I don't know, let's try to clarify certain things. Yeah, now I regret this. Shouldn't have done this. f6 and then I take on c5. Go here. With bishop b5, I play d takes c5, followed by queen g4. I'm doing alright. I'm not better or anything like that, but it's playable. I'm going rook c5, the other rook comes to c1. Wait, queen a5? Thanks very much. What is queen a5? He wants a take back. Should we give the take back? Let's give it to him. I gave the take back and then he resigns? Like what? I gave the take back, yo. What? What? That's insane, man. Feel like playing some bullet. Let's play some bullet and try to practice not losing on time. I'm actually 26-34 on bullet. That's not bad, right? There's some guy called Lockdown 2020. Yeah, sure. Give me a challenge on Lichess. Yeah, I can do with the lessons. It has been a while since I'm getting lessons. Oh, the guy knows his theory. Rook f2. Oh man. Is this going to be a problem or what? Queen e3. Queen d5, rook g1. Whatever, I go rook g1. Obviously this is unnecessarily complex. Queen f4. Squeeze 6. Yeah, he's good. He's like, he's finding all my tricks. Trojans? Okay, okay. Give me a second, yeah? Let me try to beat this guy in a few more games. Ah. Wow. Kind of missed this. Oh, getting mated. Start running. Gotta keep running, keep running. Just running. Yeah, from a pawn up, I'm now like 3 pawns down. Not the best way. But I'm way ahead of time, so that should do it. Just take this one. And then this one. Yeah, he was being sneaky with queen e8. Let's go. Retarded warrior. What a name, man. F5. Ugly, ugly. Very ugly. Let's just take the rook first. And see what happens after this. Threatening f6 now. Yeah, f6, I win the piece because b2 is hanging and the bishop has no good squares. Oh, what on earth is this? Whew. One more? That's it? We can play more if you like. don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, black was doing very well. Like I was in a fair bit of trouble in the opening, and then now I'm doing well, but it wasn't like this just now. Let's go here. Let's take this one. So it's all about finding squares for my pieces. Nope, nope, not allowing you to play e4. Now here. Thanks, man. Actually, we could have played rated if you had wanted. I don't really mind. I know a lot of streamers they tend not to play rated games with the viewers, but I don't really. I'm not one of them. I don't really care so much about internet rating. It's nice to have a nice to have a nice rating, but it is not the most important thing in the world. Right, House Zero, if you're watching this, we should be playing. Now I'm going to keep charging my H pawn. Look at my pawn. I'm just pushing it. Rook e2, bishop f7. And then one of these squares here, here, here. And h7, h8. Yeah, okay, a few ways of winning. I can go here, here, here. And just a rook up. So this would be nice. Queen f4. I see. Yeah, this is a bit unfortunate. Maybe I can play this. Oh, I want to promote to knight, but oh no! No! Promote the knight! Now I get mated. I set that stupid setting. Wow. Damn. How did I lose this? Promote the knight is mate. Okay, I mean most of the time when you play bullet, the auto hold down control. No, come on. So you mean when I push the pawn and just before I let it go, I press control and then you will choose, yeah? Thanks, long live the king for that. Wow. Yeah, king e7, rook d1, king f7. I wanted to go here. Okay, it's not mate. I over exaggerated. I could have just taken on f5. I could have just taken on f5, really. No, on the analysis board, it doesn't give you uh it's not automatic. So I think that's the setting that I set. Wow, and then and then I got mated. That's amazing. Yeah, but obviously before this I was I was a bit cocky, I got to say. Like really showing off here. Of course, bishop f4 is check. So that was silly. Bishop f4 and then queen e2 and then there's nothing to play for anymore. Yeah, okay. I mean it's bullet, so not such a big deal really. Sidonia knight. E6. Bishop a3, a5, I think, is how to play this line. Oops. Oh man. Oh man. This is amateurish. Oh man. Try to go to a square that is not made immediately. My last trick is knight e2, but he's not going to fall for it. Just blundering away. No, Tidaki, thanks for the offer, but there's this not a good way. I see how zero. Let's go, man. I think we go way back. I think we played games and we spoke like 15 years ago or something. H4, the sexy trendy move. Yeah, Morozovich was the first guy that plays this regularly, and I think Cheparinov as well. Let's go c4, and then the point is you get the slightly better pawn structure after queen e2, bishop e2. Yeah, but if he doesn't take on e2, I can go bishop e3 and keep queens, and that's also quite supposed to be quite nice for white. Yeah, bishop e6, knight to d2. And then I go long castle. At some point I go g3, bishop g2. Okay, this one I can go bishop d4, I think. Giving him some issues to solve. Yeah, let's go castles. I could have gone knight to e4 just now, but I thought bringing the king to safety was a bigger priority. Now I can go h5, maybe h6 later. So I'll play a couple more. So at about now it's 2:37 a.m. in Singapore, and in about, let's say, 2:50 I will show some games from the Abu Dhabi Blitz challenge. Yeah, now bishop f6 is kind of a trick. Now the question is, how do I trap the king on e8? Bishop g4, stopping king d7, and if bishop e7 I can play rook e1. Yeah, now this is, yeah, f4 should win. Let's go f4. Thanks, bro. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's play one more. Trompowsky again. Yeah, this is one of those trendy lines that people like Richard Rapport and I think Jobava have played. It's interesting, but I wouldn't say that it's that great. Yeah, now I think the important move is to play h6, so that, yeah, when he retreats, I get to go all the way back to h7. And I think black is supposed to equalize quite easily after this. So take, and there's a funny. I think there is a funny piece sacrifice here. Yeah, I'll show the piece sacrifice in a while. I think d takes c5 was the critical move. Now queen b6, I go knight to c6. Yeah, black is doing quite alright in this line. Yeah, this is a weakness. I can get to go knight c6, maybe at some point I go e5. Yeah, now knight c6 threatens e5 and the e3 pawn is hanging. So for those of you who just joined the stream, you can see that I have raised 26k. This is in Sing dollars, but it doesn't really matter. Sing dollars is like sorry, let me just try to focus on this game first. Yeah. So a dollar US is about $1.34 Singapore dollars. So it's not bad. And all this is in the name of charity. So tomorrow there's going to be a Simao at 2 p.m. Singapore time, which will be streamed live. I'll be giving live commentary. And then on Sunday, another Simao by a GM. So I think it's going to be interesting. Let's go look at see it. Threatening bishop d4 and knight b4. So for instance, g5, I'll take on d4 and then knight to b4, taking c2. Yeah, not an easy position for white. If you can somehow consolidate the position, then maybe there's a potential for a strong kingside attack. g5, I will go h5. Let's go rook c8. Go bishop e7, maybe to f6. I want to go bishop f6, yeah, bishop f6. How do I... No, propose a take back, bro. Okay, I'll play bishop e7. Go back to d3. Now we got it right. Queen d8. Okay, now he blundered. Because now rook b6, and then I take on b2. Let's go here. Is there actually mate? Maybe there's no mate. Yeah, I wanted to analyze this game. I wanted to show this after... Yeah, queen takes d3, c5. Yeah, the move is d takes c5. And I think after bishop c5, bishop b8, with the idea of queen to b5. There's this move, queen to a5 check. And then you go c3. Yeah, so this is the move. Rook takes b8, b4, queen b6, bc5, queen to b2. And I think, yeah, white has rook b1. Yeah, for some reason he's saying black's winning. Okay, so queen to d1, queen takes g2, queen a4 check. Yeah, this is the position, that's right. So there have been some games that were played, actually. Like some GMs have played this position. And now, only one move holds, and that's king e7. King f8 loses. Because after king f8, there's queen f4. I believe hitting the rook. Yeah, this wins because of now he has queen h2 defending everything. Yeah, but instead, after king e7, queen to f4, queen takes h1, queen d6 check, king f6, queen f4, and now only move king e7. And the point is you cannot really run, because if you go here, he goes queen g3, king h7, and now like long castle or king d2, the queen gets trapped. Probably long castle followed by knight to e2 and winning the queen. So king e7 is the only move. And if now queen to g3, you have g5, and the queen gets out. So the critical tempo is quite, yeah, it's quite important here. And then queen d6, king f6, queen f4, and draw. I think there are a few games that have been played. on the database if you do a search. Yeah, so that's my mini lecture over there. Okay, so I guess I'll just show the games. Let's call this Abu Dhabi Blitz Challenge. Kaidanov has followed. I'm not sure if it's the Grandmaster Kaidanov. Yeah, what should I say? What should I call this? Like Kevin MVL. Okay. Yeah, so this was in round 2 of the Abu Dhabi Blitz, and after e4 he played e5. I'm kind of happy with the Scotch these days. I've been having good results. CD4, knight to d4, and he played bishop b4 check, which is okay. Firstly, we have to say that Maxim is not a specialist in e4 e5. His main repertoire is a Sicilian, but I can understand why he wants to mix it up against an amateur player like myself, who's relatively unknown, and he wanted to experiment. That's completely fine. Yeah, bishop to c5 was played, bishop e3, bishop e6, I played knight f5, bishop takes e3, knight takes e3. So normally in these positions you try to stop black from pushing the d7 to d5, and having the knight on e3 is quite handy. He played knight f6, I went f3, he played castle, and then I go c4, and to maintain the bind on the position. So this is definitely not something that he wanted from the opening, because white's play is quite straightforward. Knight c3, knight to d7, bishop to e2. Yeah, knight to c5. He's doing the usual stuff. I go castle, and then yeah, here's the critical moment of the game. He made a mistake with f5. If any of you want to give it a shot, like to understand why f5 is a mistake, happy to make this like a lesson, if you like, just for fun. Any idea why f5 is a blunder? Okay, I wouldn't call it a blunder, but it is a serious inaccuracy. Maybe a5 was better, maybe, but f5 is a mistake. And the reason is not obvious at all. Like, there are no tricks, no tactics here. And I'll take the chance to reply some messages. I don't know if you're still here, Gyorhawk. Yeah, I know this Queen G4 line of the French. I remember that you used to play it, honestly. Queen D6. Do you mean Queen D5? Queen D5, Bishop E6 hits the Queen. Yeah, if Queen D5, you get Bishop E6, and yeah, basically it's to understand like what black is really trying to do here. After f5, e takes f5, And the point is after takes, black has the idea of going maybe queen to d7 and then the rook comes to e8 and completing development. But white has a very strong move here, which fortunately I knew because I studied this line before, and the move is b4 and it's extremely strong. And the point is, while the idea is mainly positional to try to create this harmony in black's camp, this move is based on the fundamental tactic. After knight takes b4, knight takes f5, rook takes f5, queen b1 wins because of the double attack. So this is the main point, and the main reason why f5 is a mistake. And if it wasn't for this, black would have been fine. So I think MVL sank into a long think, and he went knight e6. He understood, of course, that the pawn was not free. And then now he has another positional idea of playing knight to f4. The other knight comes to e5, and followed by bringing a rook to e8, and he will be doing very, very fine. But here f4 was strong, stopping this idea of knight to f4. And now there are all sorts of tricks with g4 f5. And you can see that white has a lot of control over the central squares, whereas black's pieces have no good outposts. He went knight e d4, and I think that the point is he was hoping that after b5 he could take, and if queen takes e2, knight to d4 followed by c5. Yeah, but again here I had a very nice move after knight e d4, bishop h5, getting out of the way. So these three moves are the three kind of only moves in the position to give me an advantage, I believe. Like b4 is super important, f4 was important, and then bishop h5 was important. And after which I think this position is already very close to losing for black. Like, how do you deal with all these threats? You cannot really go back to e6. And once again b4 is b4 is not hanging because the d4 knight is hanging. Yeah, there's just no good move here. He played g6. I played the b5. Bishop h5, g6, b5. Yeah, he played knight to e7. And the point is, after gh5, b takes c6, and the position just collapses, because now he has no time to take the pawn. Knight takes c6, I have queen d5, and then f5 is hanging. So he had to play the ugly move knight d7, and after queen takes d4, gh5. And yeah, this position was... I didn't take too much time to get to this position, and then here I kind of got stuck looking for... of course I was very excited, I wanted to find a forcing way to win the game. And then my first thought was to play rook to f3, which is the most natural move in the position. But the problem is that after rook f3 he has h4, and I was not quite sure like how to make any form of progress. And I wanted the pawn to stay on h5, and because I could see like maybe there's some queen d5 check, I could take the pawn, something like that. And actually it happened in the game. So it's quite possible that rook f3 is winning as well. Let's check the engine. Yeah, it's also good. But yeah, I went knight to e4, wanting to go knight f6. And the point is, yeah, for if black makes a move like c5 for instance, I take the pawn, knight takes... no, I don't take the pawn, sorry. I play knight f6, and then there's no good square for the king. If king f7, I go queen c3, and then I take the pawn. on h5. Maybe the other knight comes to d5. This is crushing. And if he goes king h8, I go queen to c3, and then I have a nice discover attack. So this was my key idea. And instead he took on e4, queen takes e4. Yeah, something is wrong in the position because my pawn was on c6. Gh5. I'm sorry. I played rook e1. Yeah, so ignore all that and just remember what I said. I played rook e1 and then c6, and it's the same thing. Rook f3. I was afraid of h4. So it's the same, exactly the same. I just forgot to insert these two moves, rook e1 and c6. So knight d4 was played. He took, takes, and then after knight g6, I took this pawn. And take. Yeah, so this position is of course close to winning. Rook c8, queen d5, king h8, and here we were already running very low on time. We were both on like 15 seconds left. So I set a trap, king h1, hoping for knight takes f4, but it's too easy for him. Knight f4, queen d4. With the idea queen f6, I can just take and it's pinned. He went queen to f6. I played queen takes h5, and here he could have taken on f4. So I think the conversion wasn't as smooth as I would like, but it was enough in the end. So here, rook c8, knight to d5, rook takes e1, rook takes e1, queen b2, and I made a very serious mistake. Okay, of course we are running down to like 6-7 seconds each, so I'm not going to be hard on both of us. But after queen e2, which was very natural, now he could have played queen takes e2, rook takes e2, and knight takes f4. Initially I saw this and I thought that after rook f2, knight to g6, rook takes f8, knight takes f8, and this ending would be winning easily for me. I'll march my king out, and then knight endings are like pawn endings, and given that I'm a pawn up, I'll win it anyway. But instead, after rook to f2, he has a very nice move, rook to e8. This was very strong. And I have very serious doubts that this is even winning already. I guess I could go h3, but he can take, and then yeah, this is just a draw. I'm pretty sure that the pawns on the queen side will be liquidated and it will be a draw. Yeah, but fortunately for me, he went queen to d4. Maybe he's still trying to win. G3. Yeah, he went a5, king e2, rook g8, hoping for knight f4. I went queen e4, queen to b2 check. Okay, this is now totally winning for white, of course. Queen a1, and I wanted to change pieces to simplify matters. Yeah, and he did the last desperate attempt to win the game with knight h4, but after king h3, the tactics don't work. And it was quite funny that at this point he played rook g7, and everybody, including the commentators and everyone, kind of missed that after rook g7, queen a8 would have ended the game right away. But like Aryan Tari was commenting on this game on Twitch, and it's on YouTube, so you can check it out. But none of us saw queen a8, and we kind of left it hanging. So I took on h4. I think he went a4, and then I still didn't see queen a8. I went knight f5, rook g8, and then eventually queen d4. Yeah, and in the blitz, in the final seconds, I managed to convert. So this is my, I would say without question, my highlight as a chess player. Not the GM title. I think beating MVL in the blitz game means a lot to any amateur player. It is you hardly ever get the chance to even be in the same room as these guys and to get to play him, and then to even win is I'm not going to overplay a blitz game, but I was absolutely thrilled to win the game. So that is my game against MVL. And then in round 3 I played against Tabatabai, and then there was this is this was kind of unfortunate that I didn't. Let me just adjust the screen. I think I'm cutting into. So this was kind of unfortunate. He played d4, I played knight f6, knight f3, g6. Like my opponent is one of the. I'm not sure I'm spelling his name correctly. Probably it's wrong. I think Taba. I think there's another A. There's a missing A. But yeah, he's one of the up and coming Iranian young players. I think he's about 2600. There's something to be said about this game as well. Bishop g7, knight bd2, castles, c3. So this is still theory. Yeah, d6, e4, c5, d5. Yeah, and this position I kind of know. Given that I've played one game against a Serbian GM, Nikola Sedlak, before in this line, which he recommended in his books on the Torre attack. So I played h6, he played bishop h4. I went e6, and after d takes e6, bishop takes e6. My opponent played bishop e2, which was not the most critical, and black gets a very, very easy game after this. But instead, bishop c4 is kind of like the critical move. And the point is, after bishop takes c4, bishop f6, a very important move. Because knight takes c4 falls to g5, and I take on e4. So instead, after bishop c4, bishop f6 is important. Queen takes f6, knight takes c4. I go queen e6. A very serious move, because a very important move. I mean, it's important to try to put pressure on the d5 on the e4 pawn. Because if I make any lame moves such as rook d8, he goes knight e3, and then I'll just be positionally busted. So I have to play queen e6, and now queen to d5. Queen takes d5, e d5, rook e8, king d2, and bishop f8. So this is kind of like the starting position of the whole line with d takes e6 in this position. With d5, kind of like the critical line. And if you don't like the ending, many people go d takes c5 here. For instance, I think Carlsen won a very nice game with this. I think it was against Rajabov or somebody. So dc5 is kind of really important instead of d5. And yeah, because this endgame after bishop c4 has been well known to be quite okay for both colors. The position is equal, but both sides can still play on for the win. Yep, I've won a few games in blitz with the black pieces when my opponents forgot about knight f6 and then knight e4, and I win the f2 pawn, and I just win a pawn like this. There are a few times when this happened in blitz. So this is kind of important. After bishop e2, I went g5. Let me pull out the game. I want to be very sure that, and I cannot show this I cannot show the chess.com screen when I'm streaming at Lichess. They will actually disable the stream. So just give me a second. I want to make sure that I'm not getting this wrong. I wasn't intending on showing this game, but I thought since Since there is some interest in the games, let me just show it. Yeah, and also I want to make sure that the names are the name is spelled correctly. Yeah, Taba. Yeah, I'm missing an A. Okay, I'm looking at the game now, and after, yeah, I played G5. Yeah, Bishop E2. I played Knight C6, castles, and G5. So basically, I want to play eventually D6 D5 to get rid of the backward pawn. But it turns out that actually this is not an essential move to make. So I was fixated with this idea of playing D5, but actually there was no need to rush this. I could have played Queen E7, Rook A D8, Rook F8, and then life is fine. G5 here, Knight H5. He played Bishop C4, Knight takes G3, H takes G3, and yeah, and here's the point when I could have played simply Queen E7. I know this because I did analysis after the game. I mean after the tournament, just to see where I went wrong in the opening. And yeah, I eventually there is no need to rush with D5. So that's the point I wanted to make. Because instead after Hg3, D5, I think white has a little something here. Maybe Queen B3 or Rook to E1. I think white was doing quite well. Queen C2, I played Knight to A5 to sort of force matters. But again, I think these positions, there is always some positional risk, given that firstly my bishop is not having a great time on G7. It's not looking at anything that's constructive. And secondly, the F5 square is a glaring hole. And if white ever gets Knight F1, Knight to G3, and put the Knight on F5, which eventually happened in the game, then I will be in some trouble. Yeah, after Queen takes D5, he went Rook F1. I played Rook F8. He went Knight F1 as advertised. He wants to go G4, maybe Knight E3, maybe Knight G3, to H5. So this looks very, very promising for white already. So it's important to try to get some counterplay. So I went Knight to C4, and I was hoping that I could force him to push his pawn, and then C3 could be a weakness, just to do something. At the same time, Knight to D6 comes into mind to sort of add the protection over the F5 square. White continued with Rook A D1. I played Queen C6. He played G4, and now I made a huge mistake with Queen B6, which very fortunately for me, my opponent didn't see. Yeah, because here he could have gone Rook takes E8, Rook takes E8, and Queen A4, and this is a devastating double attack. I was not lost at this point. I saw that I could play Queen E6, but then after Rook E1, there will be an unpleasant pin on E5. I just didn't believe in this position at the point. I think I had to go Knight to E5, and after Knight takes E5, yeah, I just didn't like this. Even Knight to H2 comes into mind. Yeah, instead, thankfully, the game was a lot more interesting after Queen B6. He played B3. I went Knight to E5. Knight takes E5, Rook takes E5, Rook takes E5, Bishop takes E5. Knight to E3, Rook E8. And despite the fact that he's going to get a knight on F5, the fact that I've managed to change off his other knight is in my favor, because the fewer pieces there are on the board, the better it is for me, given that my king is weak. So a knight on F5 is not going to be sufficient for very strong or decisive attack. Yeah, and also my bishop is now a lot stronger than it was, given that he weakened his structure with B3. So I thought it was quite instructive. B3 looks like a very normal move, but it wasn't good. It kind of made life easier for me. Yeah, Knight E3, Rook E8, Knight to F5 was played. I know that it looks a bit scary, but it's not that bad. Queen F6, he played Rook to D3. Yeah, and here I think Rook D3 was a very serious mistake, because I grabbed my chance with H5. because now the queen is not defending on f5, and I get to uh, sorry, I get to quickly get rid of my weakness on h6. He played the rook to h3, and I eagerly played h takes g4. I was not afraid of any attack because generally a good thing to remember is that when you're facing some kind of attack on h7, some kind of checks or some kind of with the knight on g5 for example, if you have a bishop on, let's say, f6 on e5, it covers all the essential squares. So even if he gets in queen h7, I can just go king f8 and my bishop is covering. So that was the point I wanted to make, and I didn't really calculate that much after this. He played this, I played queen d8, knight to e3. Yeah, and I played g3 because now I was thinking of trying to go for mate. And it's easy to understand how this could happen, but unfortunately it didn't. Queen h7, king f8, f takes g3. I cannot take, I think, because I was too afraid of the checks. Yeah, here and then here. I don't know. I didn't quite believe in this. I didn't think it was possible to leave the diagonal, so I stayed on e5. And yeah, g3, fg3. I played queen to d2, which was a mistake, I think. Now knight to f5. Queen takes c3. King h2. Yeah, this is interesting because after bishop e5, sorry, bishop g7, rook h5. Yeah, I was now under severe pressure, given that rook takes g5 is a devastating threat. And also I have to keep a lookout for this. I need to keep both pieces on the long diagonal. If I could do that safely, then I'm just fine. But it also means that I don't have time to do stuff like rook e1, queen a1, and deliver checkmate. It's not going to work. And so I build up with queen f6, queen g7, takes, king here, rook takes c5. Yeah, and we were down to our last few seconds. I played rook e2, he played a4, and then I went rook e6. Okay, this position is just a draw. Basically, his extra pawn is not really contributing to anything. This is a dead draw, and would have continued my fine run. I played rook b6, g4, rook b4, king g3, and here I made a horrendous mistake with king g5, and after which I believe the position is lost. So almost any other moves would probably be an easy draw, like for example a5. Basically, you want to liquidate all the pawns on the queen side. I think just a5 should be draw. Let's try. Yeah, a5 is a draw. Even okay, let's say you don't want to play a5. Let's say you play king g7, which is just about one of the. It's a really silly move. But the point is, white is not able to make any form of progress. His king cannot walk to the queen side because g4 would hang. And yeah, he just cannot do anything here. But I got overexcited at this point. I had like something like 10 seconds or something. So that's more than enough time for me not to blunder anything here. And I hurriedly played king g5, which looks like the most active move in the position, trying to take g4. And after rook c5 check, king f6, rook b5, I'm lost. So just like that, I lost the game. Because exchanging into a pawn ending is now losing. There's no chance of survival there. So this was my, yeah, this was very unfortunate and very, very regrettable. Yeah, so I think these are the two key games that I played, and then the rest of the games are not so interesting. Yeah, so I think that's about it. It's 3 a.m. and I think I'm done for the day. Tomorrow there's going to be another event. There's a Simul happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. Singapore time. That's about 11 hours from now. And then on Sunday, same timing, 11 hours from now, 2 p.m. Singapore time. No, on sorry, on Sunday it's going to be from 5 p.m. Singapore time. So yeah. Okay, thanks everyone for following, and I'm signing off for today. Thanks very much, and see you guys.